appreciate everyone being here, taking time out of your busy schedules to participate in IDignity's mission check-in. This has kind of been birthed out of our orientation of our monthly events, and we've kind of reinvented it a bit. It's just a way to maintain the community that is so precious to IDignity and really so precious to our mission, since we're not able to have these big monthly events anymore during the pandemic. This is a chance for us to get together and just check in with each other, but also check in with IDignity and what we're doing and where we're going and hear some stories. And so I really appreciate y'all taking this half hour once a month. I do ask that you try to get it on your schedule. This is really, really important to the IDignity team, and I think to the culture of IDignity, for us to try to deliberately take this half hour once a month to spend together. If you got any questions, any thoughts, there will be time to talk about those after the 30-minute presentation, or you can throw it in the chat box and we'll try to get to it before, but me and some of the staff will stay on afterwards if anyone has any additional questions they want to ask us specifically. And certainly feel free to throw that in the chat. I'd like to take a moment. We always like to start anything that IDignity does with a moment of prayer. And we're blessed today to have Pastor Patrick Barrett from First Baptist Church of Orlando. Just huge heart and always so encouraging to IDignity. The first time I met him, I just felt overjoyed by the amount of support that he provided. It was just so sincere. Really do appreciate you, Patrick, for all that you've done for me and for IDignity, and thank you for opening us in prayer this morning.
Glad to be here, Michael. And man, it's good to see so many just awesome folks. And Michael, as you know, I love you and Charlene. Ben, we haven't met, but man, just really grateful for y'all and your faithfulness and just the incredible work you're doing. So yeah, well, let me pray for y'all today as we get started. And again, just really, as far as First Orlando and our team here and pastors, just grateful partners with all of you. So thank y'all for joining us this morning. Yeah, let's pray. God, we want to give this time to you. Thank you for the just the incredible work of the IDignity staff and these incredible volunteers here. And their work in the city to seek the good of the people around them, not just to build houses and plant and enjoy the fruit of their work, as we saw the exiles in Babylon do in Israel. But God, you call them to move toward need around them, to seek the good of those around them. Even in exile, the Israelites were called by you to do that, and you send us as your people to do the same. And I just thank you for each person here this morning, such a range of folks who are here to seek the good of those around them, and folks who are vulnerable and who have a need that we can meet. And I just thank you for the vision that you've given Michael and the team, and just the incredible mission of IDignity to serve these folks in our city. Lord, bless their work today, give them energy, strength that comes from you, and just a fresh vision of what you're doing through this incredible work and this team. God, again, we're grateful. Energize them for this work in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Patrick, and thank you for the support that First Baptist has given IDignity since 2011. Patrick, would you like to say a few words about IDignity being one of the mission partners of First Baptist?
I could talk for a while. How long do you want me to be here? I thought this was, you just want me to
2 minutes, we'll just mute you when your time is up.
Yeah, I think what I would say is, again, as a church, we see the Lord moving towards need all throughout Scripture, and that's the heart of our church. And Michael, I think you were one of the first people that I met with a couple years ago when I came on the team here at First Orlando. And so it's really is a joy to have our people serving there, but also just even to financially support and give towards a ministry that is run with excellence as an expression of love for people. So what's done day to day operationally, walking through just the service days and facility, everything is an expression of love for the people who are coming through and being served. So I would say again, grateful partners and glad to be, serving alongside y'all. So.
Thank you. And wave your hand if you're a member of First Baptist Church Orlando. We've got some of your folks on the call today. Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. Another one of our partners is Credo, Downtown Credo. We are very blessed to have the founder, Ben Hoyer, with us today. Ben, would you say a few words about IDignity's connection to Downtown Credo?
Totally. It's fun to get to be here, and it's cool to see such a group of people supporting IDignity that you would take the time to jump on a Zoom call together. I think that really says a lot about the mission and the health and the vision of IDignity, that it's a community of people helping a community of people. Downtown Credo, I got introduced to IDignity several years ago, and Downtown Credo now has a 10-year history of trying to inspire the pursuit of meaning, impact, and community. So we have done that a lot of different ways over the last 10 years. One of our chief programs is a direct trade coffee shop. We run 2 of them. And so it's been fun to be able to provide coffee to volunteers on Thursday mornings for IDignity. But shortly after getting introduced to IDignity years ago, we used to do an impact award where we picked people in the city who we felt like were driving towards solutions, going past treating symptoms and really driving towards solutions. And the thing that I love about IDignity is how much the leadership and the vision took the time to find a really transformative opportunity to serve. And it's like really strategic service that gets at just at the right point and has the potential to have a lot of downstream positive impact. I really feel like matches with what Rally wants to, with what Downtown Credo wants to do. Downtown Credo is working on buying coffee directly from micro growers, where 92% of what we spend goes to the coffee growers. And we do that because we realize when you impact people at a strategic point, you can have lifelong effect change. So we feel like our coffee does that every time people come in and name their price. And we know that IDignity does that every time they host their events and help people take a step forward with IDs.
Well said, Ben. Really appreciate all you do for our community. You inspire so many people, including myself. And I've always thought there must be 2 of you out there because there's no way one human being could do all that you do. So thank you.
Absolutely, Michael. We love IDignity. Glad to be here today. I actually am going to have to jump off. I've got 2 middle schoolers I'm going to take to school now. And if I hurry, I can not make them late. So I'm really glad to be here with you guys.
Thank you, Ben. We appreciate your support. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ben. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for showing up today. We're so proud that throughout the years, we've been able to serve so many clients. And just like Credo, we haven't been able to do this on our own. We've had your support, and of course, it has reflected on the numbers of clients that we have served. So just to give you a recap on the stats and our success through the years, we have at this point served 23,879 clients since 2008. The clients that we have served last month, unique clients, were 227. Certificates that were started this past month were 72. Social Security cards that were ordered last month due to the pandemic. Unfortunately, the office has been closed, but they're working on ways that we can help our clients. And we're gonna see that number ramp up. Right now it's 0, but we're gonna work closely on that. ID vouchers issued last month were 69. And thanks to our volunteers, of course, that's the engine that gets us going. We've had volunteer hours 401. So we thank you so much, everyone who's here present and everyone who has continued to help this past month. We thank you so much for continuing to support us and for being there for IDignity. Thank you for supporting our mission. All right. You may have read about Joe during our February newsletter, but Susu Gordy, who's one of our volunteers as well, is here to help and to share this. We cannot explain it better than she can. to share her experience with Joe. So if you're here, can you share that with us? Go ahead and unmute.
Am I good?
Okay.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Hi, I'm Susu, and I'm a volunteer. Just checking in to let everybody know how things are going at Jackie's place. Everything's doing great. We're up and going, having a great time. If you haven't been there and haven't seen it, it is very warm and cozy and wonderful. And we're getting the job done in 3 days every week instead of once a month at the large events. I'm sure most of you all know that. But anyway, it's loads of fun. It's different. I'm learning a lot. It was just, of course, a great group of volunteers. And it's, as always, a well-greased machine. And we're getting the job done. It's, like I said, it's loads of fun. And I just wanted to let everybody know also that it's so sanitized. We have Minnie, who comes every day and cleans it so much better than my house. Everything about it is just unbelievably clean. You can't even turn around before she's spritzing and spraying. And we have plexiglass between the client and the interviewer. And so everyone feels very comfortable. The clients feel very comfortable. We feel very comfortable. There's lots of hand washing and just sanitary things going on. So the comfort level for everyone is at the highest level possible. So if you're interested in volunteer, you're coming to a great place, and we're having a lot of fun. We're making a difference. The clients are feeling very fulfilled. They get our undivided attention, and everybody's a happy camper. So anyway, it's a great day and a great place to volunteer. And my story with Joe is he came, it was a few weeks ago, and he came in sort of somber, but not so much, because he was, hoping he could get his ID. And we were just kind of making a little small talk. And I found out that he played basketball at Evans High School, an inner city school in Orlando, as did my son, who played at Edgewater High School, another inner city school in Orlando. And even though they didn't play during the same time, they had a big connection. And Joe, when he told me his name, he said his name was Joe Louis. And I said, as in the boxer? Well, the demeanor on his face just completely changed. Like, how do you know about Joe Louis, the boxer? So anyway, he opened up. We became fast friends. He told me about his good friend, Daryl Dawkins. If any of you people know, he was a standout basketball player from Evans, who was the first player to go from, in the NBA, to go from high school straight to the pros. He was drafted 5th overall and played for the 76ers. And he was a graduate of Evans and a friend of Joe Louis, the boxer. So we just kept talking and chatting and, just formed an incredible relationship, and ended up being able to get him an ID that very day. And so he told me when he left, he said, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to come back and show you my ID, Miss Susu. I just want you to see when I get it, because you've made it happen. And I said, well, yeah, that'd be great. Come on back. So anyway, he got a voucher, went down to the, to the DMV and got his ID and came back. And I had just left to go home, but Kitty, who was working with out-of-state birth certificates, texted me and said, Joe came back by to see you. I had just left. I probably had pulled out of the driveway as he was walking in, because he had walked down there and walked back. And he was disappointed, and she wanted to let me know. So anyway, the next week, he came back when I was there looking for me. And it was a reunion like it, you can't even imagine. I mean, hugs and all kinds of stuff. You would have never known there was a virus going on. He was so excited to show me his ID, and I have a picture of it and I treasure it. And he's awesome. Oh. There he is right there. There's Joe Louis, the boxer. So anyway, it was a great time. We're having a lot of fun. I hope anybody that's hesitating about coming, this is when he's praising God for it. He's standing in front of the courthouse, and he's praising God for his ID. He was just an amazing character. I have a feeling we may see him again. He's not because he lost his ID, just because he loves coming around and showing everybody his ID. So anyway, I hope you'll think about coming down to volunteer. We have a great group, a lot of fun, and we're really making a difference, I feel. So that's it. Thanks.
Susie, that's awesome. And that picture of Joe raising his hands to God is one of my favorite out of 12 years of IDignity because it's so personal. He wasn't doing that for anybody except God.
That's right.
We got a picture of him, and I get chills just thinking about it right now. How that little piece of plastic and regaining his identity meant so much to him that you want to lift up to God and probably be lifting you up as well. So thank you for all you do and everyone that helped.
Okay, thanks. I got to get back to work.
Charlene, you got some announcements.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Charlene. Thank you for being here. So excited to join you. And I want to share with you that March is here, and the month of March is Women's History Month. So I just want to know that we can come together today to celebrate the milestones, successes, and wonderful achievements of so many women. So we're going to start with this video.
Generations of women who throughout our nation's history have paved the way for this moment tonight. And I stand on their shoulders.
So I just want to start with that. I think it's a beautiful introduction of how the glass ceiling has been broken in so many ways, and how as women evolve and continue to grow over time, the glass ceiling continues to break in so many different circumstances. So Women's History Month is celebrated for March, and the vision and the theme this year is Valiant Women of the Vote, refusing to be silent. So I want to talk about that today and share with you a little bit of history and background why Women's History Month is so important and why we celebrate it. So it started as Women's History Week. It began as a celebration in Santa Rosa, California, and the Education Task Force of the Sonoma County in California, the Commission on the Status of Women, planned and executed a Women's History Week celebration in 1978. The organizers then selected the week of March 8th to correspond with International Women's Day, which is celebrated internationally on March 8th. So be sure that when March 8th comes around, the color is purple, which I'm wearing this morning, that we can all wear together to unite and to honor International Women's Day. So every year, March is designated Women's History Month by presidential proclamation. Of course, March 8th is the International Women's Day, and the bloom that commemorates this is actually the mimosa, which is here in this picture. But according to the NPR, it wasn't until March 8th, 1946, that feminists in Italy chose the flower as a symbol of strength, sensibility, and sensitivity for Women's Day. So the history stretches back more than 100 years when the day was first observed across Europe and America. Of course, all of you are very familiar, and for those who are joining today, IDignity has 6 core mission values that we embrace: dignity, excellence, stewardship, empowerment, compassion, and justice. So today I'm going to share with you how Women's History Month impacts all of those, but specifically justice, empowerment, and dignity. We just saw that Sandra Day O'Connor was the first woman to serve as the U.S. Supreme Court Justice. She was appointed in 1981 by President Ronald Reagan and served for nearly 25 years, holding a seat on the nation's highest court. Second to her was Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who is one of my favorite sheroes. She was confirmed in a Senate vote 96-3 and appointed by President Bill Clinton in 1993. She became the court's second female justice and was the first female justice who was of the Jewish faith to hold the title and the office. The right to vote is so significant. In 2020, it marked the 100th anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment, which guaranteed and protected a woman's constitutional right to vote. The amendment was passed on June 4th, 1919. However, it was not ratified until August 18th, 1920, and African-American women were denied voting rights until 1965. A look around the world allows us to see what has happened globally. In 1893, women in New Zealand won the right to vote after years of campaigning. And in 2015, Saudi Arabia actually became the most recent country in which women have the right to vote. Women that were of color and any indigenous women did not win suffrage rights until many years after Caucasian women. So it's really important that we look back not only on our history, but seeing how the right to vote affected women in different diversity and background as well. Alice Walker is known for her publishing and writing The Color Purple. And one quote she shared is that the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. And this really resonated with me because a lot of times I feel that women, because of what we've been told by society or backgrounds or what we've told ourselves or our families, we sometimes have limitations that we place on ourselves. So it's critical and important to know that, you know, the limitations you place on yourself should not serve as barriers to how much you can accomplish and what you can do, because there's power in all of us. And I encourage you to embrace that power and to utilize it to be a better member of society, to encourage other women. And I've heard it said that real women fix each other's crowns. So we're all royalty and we need to make sure to do that for each other, not tear each other down, but build each other up. This was a beautiful quote that I found from President Jimmy Carter. And he says, "From the first settlers who came to our shores, from the first American Indian families who befriended them, men and women have worked together to build this nation. Too often, the women were unsung and sometimes their contributions were unnoticed. But the achievements, the leadership, the courage, the strength, and the love of women who built America was as vital as that of the men whose names were so well known." So I encourage all of us to just remember that women are powerful. We are able to unite together, and we need to be able to stand together regardless of our differences, because it's amazing what we can do when we collaborate, and we need to know our strength. And especially now, having a vice president who's the first Asian and African-American person to hold the office and the first female, I believe it just shows to generations of youth and girls that, you know, women are powerful, and together we can do so much more when we unite. So I encourage all of you. Ben is going to drop some links with regard to how you can find out more information and how you be able to go ahead and learn more about Women's History Month, and how you can go ahead and get details with regard to, if you want to look in the link right now, there's a website that's able to show you how you can do things each day. The first one is really a list of the different firsts that women held. So, you know, the first doctor, the first African-American millionaire who did hair products, Madam C.J. Walker, really being able to see Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell was the first doctor in the United States. Shirley Chisholm was the first woman that really ran for the office of presidency. So just really being able to learn and see a look at our history, and then also being able to see the Women's History Month website every day, how you can honor women and how you can advocate and learn more and get connected to your society, to your community, and to share our knowledge, because knowledge is power. So if anyone would like additional questions, I'm happy to, you know, answer, and also happy to share my resources with you. And thank you so much for letting me share a little bit more about Women's History Month. And we know girls can do all things together, and we're pretty powerful. So don't forget that.
Thank you, Charlene. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm honored to have you work with us, and I am honored to have the support as well as a woman to be part of IDignity, where everyone is valued for anything that we have to give to this organization.
Absolutely. Likewise, Vielka. Glad to be part of the powerhouse. Thank you.
There you go. I want to go ahead and move on to the volunteer opportunities. I know a lot of you have been back with us. Some of you are thinking about it. We are happy to have you here a month, and just feel insured, feel happy that at some point, whenever you feel that you have the capacity to come back to IDignity and begin serving again, that we are here for you. Right now, we're looking for volunteers to serve on the phones. If you feel comfortable on the phones, you have to have a computer, and we have some tools that we can provide to you. I'll give you the training necessary for that to take place. You just have to be ready and be willing. So we're looking for specifically phone volunteers so you can interact with new or existing clients. Everything right now is remote, but if you feel comfortable with coming in person, then you're welcome as well. There is that you can check out. I will go ahead and just place it right here in the chat. So feel free to look at that and go to our website, which is www.idignity.org/volunteer. And it's very self-explanatory. Just enter your first name, your last name, your email address, and that's it. Everything else will take care of itself, and you will receive a confirmation email with information on what the next steps will be. Okay, if you got your second vaccine, congratulations. I know that this is a very, very big accomplishment because it's very necessary. We want to be secure, we want to be safe and healthy. If you have already received your second vaccine and you feel like you can maybe venture out a little bit more and you want to try coming in person, then same way, use the same link. And yeah, we have some spots in person so you can serve at Jackie's place next door. So all the clients are waiting for you. No pressure, but whenever you're ready, please come back. We miss you a lot. All right, and here's Anne.
Thank you, Vielka. You've heard me speak about our Gold Star givers. Well, I'm going to introduce you to Kirsten Telin, who is the marketing director of Credo Downtown, and she's going to talk a little bit about why she decided to become a Gold Star giver. Kirsten?
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Kirsten Telin, and thank you so much, and Ben, for asking me to be here today. And when Ann Taylor asked me to speak with you this morning, she wanted me to tell you why I became an IDignity Gold Star monthly giver in a local coffee business called Credo that my husband and I have partnered with Ben Hoyer on, decided to become a corporate sponsor for IDignity. So we're so excited. I want to tell you that from a personal standpoint and a business standpoint, becoming a Gold Star giver was an easy decision for us. IDignity checks 3 important boxes in helping Orlando become a better place. And I think you heard Ben Hoyer mention these 3 words. IDignity helps people develop meaning, impact, and community in their lives. Meaning, impact, and community, as you heard from Ben, is what Credo is. And I think we have both an opportunity and a duty to make our city the best that it can be. IDignity does this by helping those who are lost find themselves. By doing this, we enrich the lives of our neighbors and our entire city. So the questions that I asked myself that have resonated with me, the first one is, how can you have meaning or purpose in life without identification? Number 2, how can you make an impact or influence others in life without identification? And lastly, how can you engage in community without identification? As a past volunteer, it hit me that we have no freedom if we have no identity. And if we have no identity, do we even exist? No ID means no voting, no education, no healthcare, no job, no bank accounts, no self-sufficiency. So for this reason, we have decided, and I encourage all of you, if you haven't already, to give a monthly donation to IDignity and become a Gold Star giver so we can continue to help getting good people back on their feet on the right path moving forward. Especially once this pandemic comes to an end and all of us return to our daily lives, the need for identification will be even greater. Over 1 million plus people in Florida filed for unemployment since last March, since a year ago. Can you imagine the thousands of individuals who don't have the proper identification? They will not even be able to file unemployment or find a new job. So now is the time. Now, more than ever, is the time to begin donating monthly or increasing your monthly donation. If you are currently giving $25 a month, increase it to $50. If you are giving $50 per month, why not increase it to $100, and so on. So let's change a person's life so they can experience meaning, impact, and community. And I wanted to end with this amazing quote by Winston Churchill that I read on IDignity's website that has meaning and has made an impact on me. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Beautifully said. And we make it really, really easy to be a Gold Star giver. You just have to go on our website, which Ben is going to throw up on the screen, and it is idignity.org/donate, and scroll down and it gives you options. You can make a one-time donation, or you can make a monthly donation as you see here. And if you don't like any of those options for the amount, you can make up your own. We have people giving anywhere from $5 to $300 a month and everything in between. So consider doing that. Kirsten, thank you so much for your beautiful words today and your amazing support.
Thank you, Kirsten. And for this support, it's not only financially, it's also the support by the volunteers. And today, there's nothing more significant to the success of IDignity than its volunteers and supporters. So thank you, Kirsten, again. At this time, I would like to present the golden ticket to a very special person. Now, every month we nominate a person, a unique person who has been outstanding. Her work or his work has been outstanding with the involvement of the organization in supporting and promoting our mission. We use this golden ticket award term because it's how it describes how clients in the community feel about receiving an ID. So they call it the golden ticket. It opens up so many doors, and of course it makes them feel like they're productive in society. So this month we want to honor a person who is present here. She's naturally compassionate. She loves to help people. She's been with IDignity for years, since 2015. You may not have seen her at the events because she works in the back, behind the scenes. You know, she's the support between events, and she has helped with mail. She has helped with documenting birth certificates or anything that comes by mail, social security cards, and she audits documents as well. So right now I would like to introduce to you a very beloved person to me and to IDignity, Martha Lacy. She's here right now. Congratulations,
Well,
Martha.
thank you very much. Here it is.
Yay, congrats.
And I just want to let you know, I started out not knowing what IDignity did, but once I did know, I thought, what an awesome organization to be associated with, and been supporting it since 2019. And I love the people, I love the staff, I love the volunteers. I did not realize that you could not do too much. Well, you can't do anything in society without an ID. You can't get any social services and things like that. So I am honored to receive this golden ticket, and it will be hung in a new place. So thank you.
Thank you, Martha. We love you.
Well deserved, well deserved. Thank you. And thank you everyone for sticking with us. We're a little bit over time and apologize for that. And like I said earlier, me and some of the staff will stay on afterwards if anyone has any additional questions, but we do want to be cognizant of your time. I want to end with a quote that's meaningful to me and certainly meaningful to this Women's History Month. So as y'all know, huge day in the history of America, and kind of goes along with the glass ceilings that were broken. But this is a quote from our new Vice President, Kamala Harris, and it goes like this: "If you are fortunate to have opportunity, it is your duty to make sure other people have those opportunities as well. Sums it all up, in my opinion. Super excited to have her in a leadership role for America, and super excited to have you all on this call. And we're going to end the mission check-in now. Feel free to stick around if you got any questions or any thoughts you want to share with the staff. But thank you so much for giving your time and your support for IDignity. God bless.